everyone, and welcome to another episode of Radiant Central, and I'm your host, Natasha St. Michael, and thank you so much for joining me. So today I want to give a weight loss tip for those that have either hit a weight loss plateau or they've been losing weight but it's slowing down and they need something to help them kind of rev things up. This is an extremely simple tip, but I find this is something that is overlooked and perhaps not even talked so much about. And that is that if you want to lose weight, you have to be a little bit hungry. And that's the honest truth. Okay, is that as much as sort of the diet and weight loss industry tells you, oh, if you eat these foods or if you cut these foods out, you can eat as much as you want and you'll lose weight. I find that is true definitely in the beginning. Okay, if someone switches their diet from eating a processed food, junk food, things like that, and they go on to eating healthy food, yes, in the beginning they're losing a lot of water weight and all sorts of just excess weight that's easy to lose in the beginning from just making a diet change, always. But once the body gets sort of accustomed to eating a healthier diet and eating these new foods, is that then you have to start working on how much you're eating, what you're eating, and connecting to your body. And I find that's an essential thing, is being connected to your body and the cues as to when you're full, when you've had enough, when you haven't had enough, and when you're satisfied. And I would say to anyone that's trying to lose weight is that you need to be at a point where you're satisfied, not where you're feeling overly full, not when you're eating a meal and you feel like you need to open up your pants so that your stomach can breathe, right? You need to be eating just enough, or almost enough, whereas it could be a little bit under enough, but not too under where you're feeling like shaky and hungry and your stomach feels so empty that it's burning. You don't want to be feeling like that. You don't want to be anxious and irritable and moody and feeling like superly hungry. That's not what we're looking for. What we're looking for is where you feel satisfied, that you could be eating more, but you don't need to, and you stop. It's kind of like if someone were to offer you a snack and you think to yourself, do I really need this? And you might emotionally want it, but physically you're like, nah, I'm not really that hungry. I can wait another hour or two before eating a snack. Then that's where you want to be, because that's probably, if you're just eating out of your hunger and you're feeling always just kind of satisfied and sort of in the middle, that's when you're going to be losing weight, or just a little bit under. It's as simple as that, but a lot of times people overlook that. They're too focused in on the foods that they shouldn't or should be eating. They're too focused in on the calories and weighing things, counting things and writing things down, where really you need to just be more connected with your body and what your body's telling you. So if someone were to say to me, okay, I want to lose weight, how should I feel when I'm eating? I would say that you need to be eating just enough. You need to stop once you feel satisfied, not when you feel full, but when you feel satisfied. And you can ask yourself one basic question as to, if I were to stop right now, can I go at least 4 hours without eating another meal? 4 to 6 hours. And if the answer is yes, and you feel kind of satisfied but you don't feel full, then that's a good place to be. But if you're feeling like, no, I'm going to need to eat in 2 hours, then I would say you haven't eaten enough. And if you were to say, well, I can go the whole day and possibly the night without eating, then I would say that you've eaten way too much. So you never want to be at a place where you feel so overly full, and you don't want to be in a place where you actually still feel really hungry. But you want to stop eating where you feel satisfied, that you actually have enough room in your stomach to eat more, but you don't need to. That's where you need to be at, where if you were to, I know from talking to a lot of people that have lost weight, a lot of times I ask people what their hunger feels like. And I would say 9 out of 10 people that have lost a substantial amount of weight and been able to keep it off is that they say that they have an underlying feeling of being hungry when they were losing weight, but not to the point where it made them shaky and irritable and dry mouth and anxious, but that they never felt full. But at the same time, they never felt like they were totally under eating. But it's that point where you could eat more, but you don't, and you're fine for a few hours, and that's really where you want to be. So that's something that I suggest. If you've hit a weight loss plateau or you're trying to lose weight and it's just not happening, start getting more connected to your hunger and what your body's telling you. And one thing too is that for one person, eating a certain amount of food is going to be different for another. Some people need to eat a lot more than others in order to feel full. Some people need to eat a lot less. So it's about connecting to your body and what makes you feel full and satisfied and balanced. It's all about feeling at a good balance, you know, where it's not too much and it's not too little. All right. So I also want to remind everyone too that the next 7-day Whole Food Challenge, it starts next Monday, October 20th. This is a new program, and I have to say this program is like my heart and soul. I worked the past year on putting this together. Whole Food Challenge is pretty much 7 days of being on a whole natural fresh food diet. There's absolutely no processed food, no sugar, no flour, no nothing. If you want to get off of the sugar and the processed food and the junk food and the fast food, then join us. It's 7 days of eating a real, whole, natural diet, and it's great because within 7 days, once you're through that, it's way easier to continue eating a good diet. You leave the sugar behind, you leave the processed food behind, all of that. And for those that want to lose weight, this is a great way to get started. So if you want more information on the 7-day Whole Food Challenge, you can go to my website at radiantcentral.com, click on products, and you'll see 7-day Whole Food Challenge. I am wishing you guys a super fabulous day, and I'll see you again soon.